Do you remember a time when a political disagreement was just a disagreement, not a full-blown declaration of war? I do. But look at where we are now. We see people we've known our entire lives, friends, family, and behind their eyes, we don't just see a person anymore. We see a political party. It's not just about disagreeing on policy. It feels like we disagree on reality itself. Suddenly, a familiar relationship feels like a minefield, where one wrong step could detonate years of connection. So how did we get here? This wasn't some slow, natural drift. We were intentionally pulled apart. This is the story of how the social media platforms we scroll through every day have been pouring gasoline on our divisions, all for profit. We were nudged into these battle lines by invisible algorithms designed not to bring us together or make us smarter, but for one thing and one thing only, to keep us staring at the screen. Let's be real. America today just feels different. The divides seem deeper and way more personal. This isn't your grandparents' debate over tax policy. It's something political scientists call effective polarization. That's a fancy term for a simple gut-wrenching feeling. We don't just think the other side's ideas are wrong. We've been trained to see the people on the other side as a threat to the nation. Effective polarization is the point where politics stops being about ideas and starts being about identity. An opposing view doesn't just challenge your opinion. It feels like an attack on who you are. And that shift is everything. When politics becomes an us versus them blood sport, compromise dies. Our trust in institutions crumbles, and right along with it, our trust in each other. Studies have shown this emotional divide is now so bad that for many, party affiliation has become a deal breaker for friendships and even marriage. But here's the uncomfortable truth. While we might not be as split on actual policies as the headlines suggest, we are profoundly divided by emotion. We have wildly distorted ideas about what people on the other side actually believe, and those distortions are being fed and magnified every single day. So the real question isn't just what is dividing us, but who is cashing in on it. The bad guy in this story isn't a politician or a party, it's a business model. Social media platforms make money by keeping you glued to their sites for as long as possible so they can sell your attention to advertisers. And it's working. The average person now spends around 2.5 hours a day on these platforms. To pull that off, companies like Meta, X, and TikTok use incredibly powerful algorithms. These aren't neutral scorekeepers. They are the architects of your digital world. Think of the algorithm as a personal curator whose only job is to keep you hooked. It watches every click, every like, every share, and even how long you hover over a video. It quickly figures out what you believe, and more importantly, what you want to believe. Then it builds a custom-made reality just for you. This is how we get trapped in filter bubbles and echo chambers. An echo chamber is a digital room where all you hear are your own beliefs echoed back to you, just louder and more often. In here, your views seem like common sense, and opposing views don't just feel wrong, they feel insane, alien, and even dangerous. We lose the ability to understand where other people are coming from because, in our feeds, we literally don't see their point of view. The algorithm's goal isn't to give you a balanced picture of the world. Its goal is to guess what you'll click on next. And as it turns out, nothing gets more clicks than outrage. Our brains are hardwired with a negativity bias. It's an ancient survival skill. We naturally pay more attention to threats than to good news. Social media algorithms have figured out how to hack this instinct perfectly. They've learned that controversial, emotional, and shocking content gets the most engagement, and nothing is more emotionally charged than moral outrage. This is why misinformation often spreads faster and further than the truth. A lie doesn't have to play by the rules of reality, so it can be engineered to be way more sensational and interesting. This creates a system that automatically rewards the most extreme and divisive content. The more a post makes you angry, the more you share and comment. The algorithm sees that activity, flags it as engaging, and blasts it out to thousands more people, creating a toxic feedback loop. This process fuels something called group polarization. It's a known phenomenon. When you put a bunch of like-minded people in a room without any dissenting opinions, their views tend to become more extreme. Social media is basically a group polarization machine on a global scale. It sorts us into our tribes and then pushes those tribes further and further apart. The consequences aren't just digital. This algorithmic amplification played a significant role in real-world political violence, like the events of January 6th, where online misinformation fueled distrust and incited action. Some recommendation algorithms have even been shown to create a pipeline to extremism, gently steering users toward more and more radical content over time. As the reasonable voices log off and the most polarized partisans get louder, our shared reality splinters. This isn't some abstract political science lecture. It has a real human cost that I'm guessing you've felt. It's the tension at the Thanksgiving table. It's the friendship that quietly fizzled out after an election. It's the family group chat that became a war zone. Have you ever scrolled through a friend's feed and thought to yourself, I don't even know who this person is anymore? You are not alone. These platforms have fractured families and communities by reframing political differences as moral failures. The us versus them battle lines drawn online seep into our real lives, making empathy feel like a betrayal of your own team. The tragedy is that this is all based on a lie. Research shows that a tiny fraction of hyperpartisan users create the vast majority of political content online. This creates a completely funhouse mirror version of what most people think, making everyone seem way more extreme than they actually are. We start assuming the absolute worst about people on the other side, because their most extreme voices are the only ones we ever hear. This also creates a culture of fear. The constant anxiety of saying the wrong thing, of being publicly shamed or canceled, chills honest conversation. People stop asking genuine questions or sharing nuanced thoughts because they're afraid of being dogpiled. And in that silence, only the loudest, most certain, and most extreme voices thrive. So, what do we do? It's easy to feel hopeless, but understanding the machine is the first step to breaking its spell. The solution isn't about trying to win an argument with the other side. It's about recognizing the machine that's built to make us fight each other. First, let's get smart about the algorithm. We have to actively remind ourselves that our feed is not reality. It's a curated advertisement designed to provoke an emotional reaction from us. The next time you feel that jolt of outrage, ask yourself, why am I being shown this? Is this meant to inform me or just to make me angry? Second, break your information diet. Actively seek out smart people you disagree with. Follow reporters, thinkers, and publications from across the political spectrum. The goal isn't to change your own mind, but to understand how other people see the world in good faith. Third, fact-check before you share. That urge to immediately repost something that makes your blood boil is exactly what the algorithm wants. Fight it. Take 30 seconds to see if that shocking claim is actually true. This simple pause is a powerful act of defiance. And fourth, and this is the big one, prioritize real life. The more time we spend in these digitally sorted worlds, the more warped our view of each other becomes. Have actual face-to-face conversations. Join a local club. Talk to people who believe different things than you do, with the goal of understanding them, not defeating them. This isn't a call to throw your phone in a river. These platforms can be amazing tools for connection. But for too long, we've let their business model go unchecked, and it's come at a huge cost to our society. We didn't accidentally fall into this mess, and we won't accidentally get out of it. It takes a conscious choice from every single one of us. A choice to be a more critical thinker, to resist the dopamine hit of outrage, and to look for the human being on the other side of the screen. Our country's unity isn't something that's just lost. It's something that has to be actively rebuilt. One real conversation, one fact check, and one human connection at a time. What have you seen online that worries you? And what steps have you taken to fight back against the division? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's start a real conversation. And if this message resonated, subscribe for more on how technology is shaping our world and what we can do about it.